Hi everybody.
All with the double hand waves.
Aggressive waving. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Storytellers Hearth stream number 5. We're so happy to have you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining us for this sprint on the weekend-long relay. Feel free to sound off in the chat. If you have already been sprinting through the Friday sprints, let us know. Tell us what you're working on. And yeah, we're really excited to get some productive writing in with everybody today. We are contractually legally obligated to do 3 30-minute sprints, so we will be getting down to business, but we have a lot of time to chat too. So yeah, I'm excited to see everybody here, and I have some really lovely friends with me this morning. Do they want to introduce themselves?
Sure. Hi, my name is Natalie. I am a reader, a writer, and I make videos on the internet. If you want to subscribe to me, it's my full name, Natalie Jane Shields. And today I'm working on not falling asleep because it's 6 a.m. for me. I'm thinking I'm going to work on my fantasy project. I also have to do a little work on a podcast that I do separately, so I might be switching back and forth between those two.
Oh, pitch the podcast. Let them know. What is it?
Sure. It's called Once Upon a Decom. I do it with my friend, and we review and discuss Disney Channel original movies.
Amazing.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
We're on all the platforms. Check us out. It's super fun.
Everybody go look it up. Melon.
Hi, I'm Melon. As you can see, I try. This time around, I'm going to try to read a craft book that I'm going to be talking on Tuesday with Stieg, who I see is in the chat now. So he's aware that I have to read this. I normally write and read anything to do with magic, murder, and mayhem, and I currently have been better at posting on my YouTube channel, so feel free to subscribe because there will actually be some content now.
Yay! Becca.
Hi everyone, good morning or good afternoon depending on where you're at. My name is Becca. I am currently working on my literary fiction novel. I also make videos here on YouTube. I do a lot of writing vlogs, not so much tips and stuff because who am I to give advice on writing? But I do post every week. At least I try to. I actually have a video going live today, so if you want to go check that out, it's going to be up at 10 a.m. Yeah, super excited to be here and see everyone.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I love all of 3 of these people's channels are lovely, beautiful, and a comfort channel of mine. So I hope you'll all go subscribe if you're not already. I assume that you are, but if not, you have 5 seconds to go do so.
You can also go check because I don't know if I'm in a dream, but sometimes I click on a channel that I'm so sure I'm subscribed to and it says I'm not. So go have a look because YouTube be weird.
That's true. We have a lot of friends in the chat this morning, so I'll quickly say hi to everybody. Hi, Shannon and Alice. Alice is working on some breakfast and a queer sci-fi romance, which sounds fun. Hello, Weaver Words and Sarah and Jacqueline working on some Arthurian mythos. That sounds cool. I was actually just talking to my husband Luke about Arthurian legend. He wants to D&D like an Arthurian homebrew kind of world, and so he actually bought the Once and Future King and started reading it. And we'll see. Maybe I'll absorb some of that through osmosis. Hi, Kat and Essie. Let's see how early-ish morning edits go. If it goes well, I'll be working on Project Portrait. If I hate everything, I'll go back to drafting Merlin fan fiction. Always good to have a backup plan. Plan for today is to finish editing a chapter and then finish the one I was drafting. However, brain is not awake today. Mine is not either. I think the first sprint, I'm going to be doing a lot of staring.
What are you working on today, actually, Anna? Sorry.
I should probably say that, shouldn't I?
Pointing where you missed out as a host, you know.
I'm writing romantasy as usual. I'm working on my fantasy romance project that I'm nicknaming Hera's book. It's kind of like Inception meets Pushing Daisies in like a roughly Greek-inspired sea breezy, beautiful Greek land. So it's fun, and I'm really excited to be getting towards the end. I'm in Act 3, and I really just like need to be done. I've been working on this book for like on and off like 6-7 months. And it feels like that's time, clock's ticking, Anna, let's go. So that's me. Thank you for asking. Hi, Marta. Thanks for coming. Working on finishing up the last few brainstorming tasks for Project Site today, and the goal is to start draft 2 tomorrow, and I'm beyond excited. Awesome job, Marta. And hi, Stieg. Thanks for coming. Hi, Michael and Julia. Yes, we have to be productive as opposed to any other live stream on my channel. we will be
No yapping.
Kat is working on handwriting draft 2 of Project Nightmare, and the goal is to finish Act 1 this weekend. Handwriting is cool, man.
My hand would be broken.
Same. Yeah, my wrist brace is right over there if you need me to send it to you,
I think my main issue
Kat.
with the handwriting is not so much the actual handwriting part, it's the part where, what the fuck do you do with it after? And I'd be like, I'm not retyping this.
Yeah.
This is its final form.
Has technology like leveled up enough that you can like take a picture of a handwritten page and just be like, make this a Word file for me?
I think it's sort of the same as when you're like doing vocal notes to like, write. You have to check yourself a lot because a lot of things will probably be off.
And what if your handwriting sucks?
Yeah.
Or you write cursive because the world knows the internet can't read that anymore.
That's true.
I feel so old. Don't say that.
I saw something on Instagram that was like a call for people who could read cursive really well to come work on archival documents from like Victorian-era stuff.
I thought you were about to call the 90s archival. I was like, that is my childhood.
You know what though? In a few decades, I think that's coming. So keep an ear out because I'm sure
there's already so many books that are doing like 90s era, stories, and they're called retro. Like
I was gonna say Becca's is 90s.
Mine is in the 90s, but I'm like, at least I was alive during that time. Like, I'm not gonna disrespect.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that then they're calling that genre historical, and it's like,
no.
How have you had fun doing all the like 90s elements, Becca? Can you give us a like peek about like, are there songs on the radio? Like the clothes they're wearing? Like how are you setting that?
You have to have one song per chapter.
So it's been like, honestly, I think the most fun thing about it is how disconnected it is in the sense that like I don't have cell phones for people to like really rely on. Like, they're not on computers. It's like, and that was very intentional. I wanted a story that was pretty disconnected for like what I was trying to do. But it is also really fun to like go back and look at like men's fashion because my main character is a man, and like when he's driving in his car, I think Fantasy by Mariah. It's 1995.
Yes.
So I like Mariah Carey and like John Bon Jovi and like all this like, music that I'm just like, it's so fun. I do have to fact check myself quite often. Like right now, I'm just like letting myself have fun with it.
Would they use a pager here?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just like, does this make sense here? And so it's been a challenge, but like in the best way. I feel like it like weirdly has helped me disconnect because my characters are just so not attached to any kind of. I think Peter only really likes his record player and that's it. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love not having the cell phones. That's such a great point. Yeah. And the isolating part of it is really interesting.
I would love to, if when reading that kind of book, I would want to have like the playlist, like a recommended playlist or something in the back and just like, go listen to the songs as you like read. I went to see Clueless the musical on Tuesday and the songs were so 90s vibes that it was perfect.
That's such a good idea. I have a playlist of like modern songs that I think fit the story, but I'm going to have to go back and do a playlist like of the time. That would be so fun. That's such a good idea.
Like what's in Peter's record collection or tape collection. That would be fun. I love the fantasy pick. That is like my high vibration song if I'm in a bad mood. Like a Mariah will fix me. Good morning, Randy, or happy time zones. Currently getting back into my Poly Second Chance Sports Romance. Excellent. Alice, shout out to Becca. Obsessed with your vlogs. I love the B-roll you get.
Thank you.
Hi, Miley. Julia is writing historical lesbian romance set in the Middle Ages between a knight and a mystic. Wow. I
Okay.
love all this like Arthurian. We have a few like
Yeah.
old English style stuff in the chat today. Hello, Sasha. Hi, Wendy. I know it's early. Thanks for being here. I don't know. I really am excited to revise Hera's book. I'm getting a lot of ideas for it as I'm writing the end, and it's making me really excited to like turn around and do a quick revision. I would really love to like finish Hera's book and whatever I'm gonna do with it, do it, and just like practice really finishing something and getting it done, whatever that may look like, whether that's probably putting it up on KU to be honest, but we'll see. And Lynn says, my boyfriend's Pixel 8 cell phone transcribed cursive handwritten notes pretty well. I tried it on my cell and it was bad.
Maybe I need to upgrade. I've got the 6. It's very
I
old.
know. I have the 5. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for the chat and letting us know what you're working on this morning. I think I will go ahead and get us into our first sprint. And I do have just a little discussion question for us to chat about when we get back, so you can be thinking about this. But I always love to ask, what do you love about your project right now, and what is more challenging? Because I think we forget to think about the things that are going well and that we love and that are being really joyful and fun. So don't forget to include that in your answer. But otherwise, I will get our first focus up. And I'm sticking with the gloomy forest. I just think she's such a vibe.
That is a vibe. Although it's a very opposite vibe to your sunny background.
I know. It is. If I paid for premium focus, I probably could find one that would fit better, but she's not that girl. That's not me. I don't pay for things. Alrighty, everybody. Here's our first sprint. So let's wake up, get into our projects, and good luck. All right, everyone. How did we do?
I got a lot done.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was prepping for the podcast episode and I got like half of the work I needed done. So that's pretty great.
Excellent. Excellent. How about you, Malin?
I did not get that much done. I made a coffee and then I started reading the book, the craft book, but I want to take notes properly in Notion. So I set up mostly my Notion page and then I only read like
Fun.
15 pages and that's it. But I'm taking notes at the same time, so I'm being a bit slow, to be fair.
Do you have a whole like Notion set up for all the craft books that you've read and
I
kind
do.
of like
It's
a
not
toolkit?
it's not aesthetically pleasing at the moment. I haven't sorted it out, but I do have like a page that I've called writing resources, in which I have notes on Save the Cat, Story Genius, other bits that I've like
Cool.
done, craft books that I've read. The main good one is probably the Save the Cat one, because I did my homework when I was reading it, and did like proper notes taking and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit neater. I'll share very briefly.
Excellent.
So it's like I've got it all set up, and this is the main beat sheet one. So I've got that.
Oh, love.
What are you talking about that's not pretty?
This one is but, like
Oh, okay.
if I go to like my writing resources, it's literally just a page with like the list of pages.
Looks
Oh.
great to me.
But the Save the Cat Writes a YA Novel is the main one that I was checking, and then I got downloaded some images from online that were like good representation of the beats and everything, like for the
Cool.
foundation beats. But yeah, you've got like all of these like, okay, break into 3, etc. And then you had like all of these storylines things that I never really got into from Save the Cat, because I only care about the beat sheet, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. It's so pretty.
It's color coded, and this is the one I'm doing for Write Your Novel from the Middle.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this one. I've been thinking a lot about like buying like actual physical versions of my craft books because of the whole Kindle thing that's going on right now. A lot of my
I don't
craft
really
books I have on
understand
Kindle.
what's going on with that, because I thought it was just that they stopped people from downloading with USB, and I've never done that before. So it was like, is that something people do?
If I'm trying to go back in my mind, I think if I remember right, it basically means that like you wouldn't be able to take that file and read it on a different device. Like you are chained to only accessing that on a Kindle.
I feel like Kindle is underestimating the little hacks we've learned. This is like, like we used to fucking download movies from BitTorrent. Like, come on,
Don't test me. Yeah, but a lot of my craft books I just like got on my Kindle, so I'm thinking like maybe now's the time to actually start my physical library, and that way I know I'll have them forever.
I enjoy having them physically anyway, because I'm often like already on a screen to work, and so I'd rather have like the physical book to work from.
Yeah. Becca, how was your sprint?
I am in the middle of re-outlining. So I finished like my updated beat sheet, so that was great. And so now I'm outlining my Act 2 in a little bit more detail. So it's going.
Excellent. The hard work, but the important work.
Yeah.
And that was good for me. I got about like 320 words, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, I was afraid there for a second that my brain was just never going to wake up. So that was really the last 15 minutes that I actually got words down.
It's pretty good in 15 minutes.
I feel the pressure. We had some friends join us. Hello, Mars and Madison and Ian. We have an answer to our question, which we'll come back to, I think. Weaver is finally here. Sarah Jane, hi. Mars arrived, updated the vlog, and ate a muffin, and I think that's great.
I want to eat a muffin. Just thinking, I have muffins.
You do?
I do. I should go get a muffin in this next sprint.
You absolutely should. Good sprint for Millie and for Randy, 5:30. Holy moly.
Nice.
Essie edited 444 words. And Miley got out of bed, which is also great. Alrighty, well, we did have a little question for the chat, so I'd love to hear from you first, my lovely co-host. What do you love about your project right now, and what is more challenging? Let me be a little nosy. I'd love to know.
Ooh.
I in general love my project right now. Like
Yeah.
I love the stories, just like it's an idea that came to me so quickly, and like it's something I've loved fleshing out and really like love writing. I'm struggling right now. I'm in, if you do save the cat, I'm in the like right after the midpoint, so like the bad guys close in, which is the hardest part for me. of
Worst
every
part.
book.
Agree.
So I just like I'm like 2 or 3 chapters into that, and it just kind of feels like nothing's happening right now. Like I'm just leading up to get to the next thing that happens. And so I hate these chapters, but I know I just need to write them, and then I will worry about this in revision.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the struggle right now.
Yeah, I feel that. I hate that part.
Yeah.
How about you, Malin?
Am I allowed to say the thing I love is that I printed it and that's
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Yet?
This is my
That's
printed version.
gorgeous.
So
I am a
gorgeous.
graphic designer in my day job, just as a.
I did know that, yes, but that's gorgeous.
To be fair.
You know, you could always do a side hustle and design covers.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but like I don't think I've got enough knowledge to do that properly. Although I did enjoy doing
No,
it. I did
self.
one.
Don't let the
I think you're
imposter
good.
syndrome.
I think you're good.
But I think that's my favorite part is having a printed copy. I think it was just so fun and made me motivated to read it again in a different format and also to notice things in a different format that I wouldn't have on the computer again and again and again. Like even just when I'm changing, like, okay, I'm in draft 4.3 instead of 4.2. I'll be like, and now I'm going into light mode instead of dark mode just to see other things.
Yeah.
Someone said like you should do it as Comic Sans, and then that will help you. Like,
Oh my god.
I have heard that. I have heard that actually does work.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't
maybe I
tried
should
it.
the last round of like rereading myself or something. But so my favorite part is probably that and the new ending that I had because it's a lot better, I think now. I had like one main sort of like epilogue concluding everything in sort of one go before, and it felt a bit rushed. And now I've almost separated my last chapter into 3 mini epilogues, where the first one is with some characters, the second one with some other characters, etc. So that it feels a bit more like everything is settled. So that's probably my favorite part about it. And my least favorite part is what I'm doing right now, which is going through my list of filler and filter words and deleting everything that is unnecessary. And I hate it.
Sounds very tedious. Are you halfway through the book now with this pass?
I'm further than halfway. I'm at chapter
Great.
2 out of 30.
Excellent.
I went out a lot this week, so I haven't done any work this week, to be fair. So.
Fair enough. I couldn't do like that level of copy edit like for multiple days in a row. I feel like would be tough.
Yeah, but there's something that's satisfying about like I love a list of ticking things and being like, I'm done with this, and you do that a lot with those, filler words and stuff. My only thing is I think when I first started, there were some I didn't truly understand why they were like filter or filler. And it takes a while to be like, which ones should I keep?
Yeah.
And then I read an article more recently, someone saying like, you don't delete everything. Like sometimes they're necessary to convey, sort of like a sense of your style and your voice and everything. And just make sure that you sense check what you're getting rid of and what you're keeping. And I think I'm only now halfway through getting that and getting better at that and accepting like, no, this one should stay. It makes sense there.
Yeah.
And I'm worried I've maybe deleted too many in the first half or something. So I'm just, that's the worry. It's like, it's a learning curve.
It's another skill that we writers have to develop and get perfect at. Great.
What are some of your filler words? Like what is something you use way too much?
Oh, probably felt or thought are some of the worst ones for me. I use a lot of stage direction, as people call it. So my characters love to look up and down and like look everywhere. And there's a lot of like, she turned and did that. She looked back behind her and did this. There's so much of that. So that's my main issue is these ones, I think. Yeah, I'm visual, and so a lot of the time I think we base ourselves on, well, in a movie it's sort of like stage directing, and I think I'm a victim of it.
I know I am too, definitely.
Yep.
How about you, Becca?
Ooh, I think the thing that I love about my project is also the thing that makes it the most challenging, and that it's quite a small story. Like, it's very centered around this boy and his family and his old friend, and like growing up in a very small town. And so it's very like character driven. So I was against kind of giving my revised pages to some readers because I didn't want any like outside voice like too early. But I'm really glad I did, because a lot of the doubt that I had when it came to like revising was, number one, feeling like I wasn't revising the right things. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm picking up on the right things, or if I'm changing things just to change them. Like, I'm not super comfortable. And so I think having outside feedback that like, no, my characters are strong, but like Mick read my chapters and she was like, I actually want to see more. And so it was like, it's hard, because I'm like, I don't know how much of a character to really like put out there and when. But I know that that's like the fun of what I'm doing. Like, I love getting to see how a character is like so flawed, but like people are rooting for them, or like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's so much more human, and I really, really like those stories. So I don't know. It's been like super challenging trying to find the balance between like, when do I keep this story small and contained, and when am I trying to say something bigger? But that's the fun of writing. That's like the challenge that I kind of I really looked forward to when I thought of this like story idea. So it's been going. Hence why I'm re-outlining it, because like the fun
Yeah.
part is like the bane of my existence.
Did you do any reverse outlines after you were done, and then you're modifying the outline, or are you just re-outlining from like scratch?
There's like, so the way I'm kind of going about it is, so his best friend is a ghost, right? They're estranged. She kind of betrayed him in their youth,
Love.
and she has no memory or recollection of who she is. So they kind of strike this deal of like, okay, well, I'll help you remember who you are if you tell me why you did what you did. It's like the question that's haunted him like his whole life. And so I've kind of structured it by like these big key moments where she gets her memories back, because it's as much her story as it is his. But he's going on an upward trajectory, she's going on a very downward trajectory. So I'm like, okay, I have this scene, but there's two very different things that are supposed to happen for my characters here, like two very different feelings and revelations. So that's kind of how I did not do that the first time around. I was just like, here's an event and here's what's happened, and this moves it forward. But now I'm like, okay, I actually have to like sit here and like really think about like, what does this scene actually mean for like each character? And like, how does it affect them moving forward? So I kind of did a reverse outline a little bit, maybe. I have no idea. I listen, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I have an English degree and I'm just kind of like winging it.
I think that sounds great. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to, get your like kind of action plot and then map your internal arcs, particularly since you have two characters. Like, that's definitely a challenge that I would be intimidated by, but I know you can crush it. So I admire that a lot. Oh, I can't wait to read it someday. I think for me, what do I love about it? I'm having a lot of fun on the inception part of this book, because some parts of it take place on a dream plane, which I've talked about before, but it's been fun to figure out like how to manifest those internal things physically. like in Inception when, the mind is trying to keep a secret, it locks it in a safe and it sends bodyguards after the protagonist, like what am I manifesting and how does that look? And what, obstacles can I have appear and whatnot. That's been very fun and creative. I think what's challenging is I'm still not sure about the tense, unfortunately, and I'm in Act 3, so that's great. That's cool, 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 cool. I I wrote most of it in present tense, first person present tense, because I think that's probably a genre convention for romantasy. But I don't.
Did you try it in did you try any scenes in a different tense just to see?
I did some past tense and it went well. And actually, the whole last chapter I've been working on, I slipped into past tense by accident. And I just noticed last night.
It's a sign.
I know.
Oh no, I feel so sad for you right now.
I know. It's absolutely crushing. It's absolutely crushing.
But also, could it be, were you reading anything that was in past tense? Because sometimes I'll be reading something in a different tense, and then I'm continuing the scene in my head in that tense instead of the one that I'm writing in, and I'm like, oh shit, wait, no, that's not
that could be. I don't know why. Part of me is like, this scene was so difficult that I reverted to what is easiest for me, which is past. And I have some thinking to do because I think my prose is better in the past, and I'm sure plenty of romantasy books are written in past tense, so I can just get over it. I tried. So that'll be a great decision for future Anna to figure out.
Question for everyone, because I don't know. I think Natalie, I know. Are you all pursuing traditional publishing, or is it just for fun, or are you doing indie publishing?
Both. I have some books that I know I want to pursue traditional publishing in, like The Art of Summoning Demons. I am itching to get back into the query trenches because I tried a little bit and then it was not working and I had to do like another revision round. So this one I can see it would work in my head as like a traditionally published book. Now I also have a book that is basically just porn that's going to be a Kindle Unlimited on me. It's a reverse harem fantasy, like.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not gonna try that one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we know our audiences. Yeah, no, I'm very similar to Malin. I think hybrid would probably be my ideal. I definitely have books like this current book, Hera's book, that she's for the KU girlies, and then I have other projects that would be probably more commercial and that I would like to send to agents. So yeah, we'll see where they end up. I think it's cool that different books have a place somewhere nowadays,
Sure.
And that it's not, I feel like there was a time when you would think, oh, it's gotta be traditionally published and that would be like the ideal. But I think it's easier now to differentiate, oh, maybe this is right for this market and this is right for this market.
Yeah.
Well, and I had never heard of the term hybrid like a hybrid author before, and I think I was listening to Mixed podcast, and one of her authors that she had on there was a hybrid publisher, and I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. So there's so many options.
Yeah, the landscape has changed so much even in just the past 5 or 10 years, and it's going to be totally different in another 10 years, I think.
And I feel like traditional publishers are more open to hybrid authors now.
Yes.
I feel like before it was like, ew, you self-published. I don't want to publish you traditionally now.
Funny because I've seen more and more like even agents just saying like, I will be more interested in signing someone I know is versed in the art of writing because they've published themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you're committed, so I'm interested.
And they understand the publishing process and how things have to work in a way because they've gone through a lot of it themselves. So
and like indie authors have to do so much marketing that I feel like that's really attractive to an agent because your publisher will do marketing, but it helps so much if you're doing it
more
too.
sellable.
You probably already have a huge, if you're successful enough to attract an agent, you probably have a huge newsletter, you probably have a platform. They're probably like, oh, cool, you've done a lot of pre-work. Awesome. And that's like a shift in mindset, I think.
I think so.
I am going to quickly spin through some of these answers that everybody so kindly provided. Mar said, I love all the changes I'm planning on making to Salvation because they'll make the story stronger. What's challenging is actually writing the second draft, which I relate to this.
Yep.
Marta is loving brainstorming the last few characters and world building bits, and I'm finding plot really challenging since I need to make some series level decisions and I'm being very indecisive.
Mm.
Ooh, series, man. That sounds hard.
Yeah.
Randy said, I love the characters and their relationship, but it's been challenging to write it in a way that I feel like they deserve. Oh. Yeah. Kat said, I love the story and my characters, but I struggle with balancing the real world with the supernatural, for lack of a better word, elements. Ooh, intriguing. Alice said, I love my project, all of it. The story, plot, characters, magic system, world building. Obviously, it could be better, but I love it. Alice, I love this. I love this. This is the positivity I was looking for. Thank you. Shout it from the rooftops. The most challenging thing for me is making sure I'm pacing the romance and the plot of the story seamlessly.
Yeah.
Amen. Miley said, I love getting to play with the narrator, main character dynamic in my book. Ooh, that's interesting. And busting down the fourth wall. The biggest struggle is keeping my main character from being annoying.
That's so real sometimes.
That is so real. Yeah. My last book, I wrote a very grumpy, kind of salty character. And that was a fear of mine, is people would just be like, this girl,
I feel
get
like
her
this
out.
is a fear that psychological thriller writers do not have. They're like, how can I make this bitch as annoying as possible?
Yeah.
How can I make you hate her?
Every single psychological thriller I've ever read, I've been like, I hate her. I actually want her to die.
I'm not worried for her at all.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everyone for sharing. It is time for our next sprint. And when we get back, we're actually going to do a tradition that I have shamelessly stolen from Natalie. On Natalie's streams, there's a lot of sharing of last lines. So when the timer goes off, if you'd like, feel free to write the last line that you wrote in the chat, and I'll also ask you three.
Do I read you the last line of my notes for the craft book?
Yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
I'll defer to Natalie on any judgments on the rules.
The rules are it has to be the last line. It can't be the best line that you wrote. So even if it's like he nods, that's your last line. That's what you have to put.
That's all of my stage direction lines.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
sometimes
heard it
they're
here.
great, and sometimes I'm like, that's the crappiest one I've written the whole time, but it's my last sentence.
I love that.
Heard it here, folks. Last line. All right, here's our second sprint. Good luck, everybody.
I have to go get my muffin.
Oh, do it. Alrighty, friends. That's the end of sprint number 2. How did we do?
Good. I did some podcast stuff and then wrote for probably the last 15 minutes, and I got 328 words.
Amazing. Awesome. And all that before 8 a.m. for you.
Oh, yep.
That's awesome. How about you, Mel?
I got to page 40, so I'm about halfway through now of the book.
Excellent. What do you think about it so far? If you could give any light spoilers.
I think it's good for people like me because it talks a little bit around some of the psychological aspects of characters, and I'm not great with that because I'm more plot driven. And it basically feels a bit like a better method, like a faster read and better method, but essentially the same thing as Story Genius, which I hated for the fact that it was very prescriptive and very long to say.
Yeah.
That were essentially could have been given to me in 78 pages.
Wonderful. Good. How about you, Becca?
I outlined, I think, 3 chapters. Outlining a chapter is so hard because I'm always like, wait, what is this actually supposed to be doing? Because I always write things out like, oh, this would be ideal, and then I get to writing it and it's like, this doesn't work. So
Yep.
But it was good.
Yeah, I feel that as a discovery writer, like no matter how much I think I outline, when I get there, I'm like, babe, this is not enough information. I still have to make up so much. Would we like to share our last lines?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
Oh, no, it's not going to be that good. She needs incentive, he says suddenly. Something that will move her to action.
Ooh.
It's good.
Intriguing.
Get that money. Get that money.
The last line I typed from the book is brainstorm the actions that prove the transformation.
Oh, wait, that's good.
I needed
Becca's
to hear
writing
that.
down.
I needed to hear that.
Because it's in the chapter where it's talking about the transformation of the character. And it's insisting on it. It's basically saying like it needs to be visual. And something I'm liking about this book is that one of its main examples is Lethal Weapon, which I do love as a movie. It's a bit random. But like in Lethal Weapon, he has like a hollow point bullet he keeps with him to kill himself one day. And then at the end of towards the end of the movie, he gives the bullet wrapped up to his partner, basically saying, I don't need this anymore. So that's like a really visual example of transformation. So that's what the brainstorm is that prove the transformation sentence.
Yeah, making sure you're getting out of your character's head a little bit and not just, I realize so many things.
Yeah,
and like, how
exactly.
can you
it's like you've got to
show
prove
that?
it. It can't just be,
Very good. Awesome. How about you, Becca?
Last little bullet point I wrote for this chapter was Laurel calling out Peter's behavior. So, love Laurel. She's takes no shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't either if I was a ghost. What do I have left to lose? I'm gonna call him like I see him. I think, yes. My last one, I got up to 700 words for that spread, so I'm excited about that.
Jeez.
My last line was, sit with me, she beckoned, tangled seaweed dangling from her arm and dripping seawater onto the marble floor.
Oh, very visual.
We're trying. I'm really pushing my visual symbolism. Trying.
Okay.
All right, let me jump into the chat.
To answer the last comment, Ren is asking what book I'm reading. It's Write Your Novel from the Middle.
Yes.
Which we're going to talk about on Steek's channel on Tuesday. So that's why I'm reading it now, because I'm quite late in reading it and he read it a month ago.
That's all right. You'll just remember it better than him, right?
True.
Let me see here. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the sauce here. Randy got 558 words and did contemplate whether I should end the sprint early because I wrote a line I really liked.
Stop right there.
Judge Natalie, how would you rule on this?
You should keep writing and do the actual last line, but then you can also share the line you like.
There you go.
You can share both then.
Yeah. Mars's last line, I guess even he's having a hard time seeing her as anything other than a young girl. Crystal played on my phone. Hey, it's a good coffee sprint. I'm so happy to be a coffee sprint for everybody. A little distraction for Essie, but 141 words. Madison is getting back into it. Fortunately, I have to give the villain page time to sweeten everyone up before he's revealed to be a cad. Oh!
Wait, what's a cad? Sorry. I should probably know this.
Like a playboy, a jerk.
Yeah, an
Okay.
a-hole.
Okay.
I think. I thought it was more of a Britishism, so I thought you would know, Mel.
I've never heard this before. Well, also
I
because
think it's like a historical term.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Historically French, sure. But not English.
Wendy's last line, she appeared in the hall entrance with a surreptitious look towards the front door. Ooh. For Crystal, surrender yourself to me and I will grant them a swift, merciful death.
Oh,
Ooh. I love the vibe shifting between every line.
Right. Yes.
Madison's last line, he looked up at her with a smile that grew more sure every time he showed it to her. And he's the villain. Don't trust his sweet smiles.
I trust him. I can fix him.
Yeah, I can fix him. No, really, I can't. Randy said, it's not like I'll be late for work since usually I wouldn't leave for another 15 minutes, but since my morning routine doesn't involve having to make breakfast for Eric and eating a few bites, so I didn't feel like his mother. Tell him. Sarah Jane's, she glared at her sister before she turned and headed back towards the tunnels below the stadium.
The stadium.
Tunnels. I love a tunnel. I'm curious.
Not I love
What
a tunnel.
What a random thing to say you like.
Listen, there's a whole cave system in my book, so.
Oh my
Sign
God.
me up. Sign me up.
Tunnel over right there.
Yeah. I'll be first in line. Laura's was, you have our word.
Oh, fanfic.
We love that. I throw my phone into the passenger seat and zoom out the parking lot like a high school punk who thinks he's in the Fast and the Furious because he's made one modification to his used Honda Civic. I love this.
That's a good line.
That's a great.
That is so fantastic. Yeah, nothing like the modified Honda Civic. Yes, it's a posh way of calling someone no good. A bounder, a cur, a scoundrel.
A scoundrel.
Very good. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for sharing. That was very fun. Thank you for playing by the rules. And everyone did a really great job. And we are going to get into our third and final sprint, you guys. This is going by really fast. We're having a lot of good writing in.
I should know this. How long is this stream supposed to be?
2.5, I believe.
Yeah.
So we'll probably wrap up a little early. And then after our stream, we have the break stream. So that is your mandatory mealtime stream that is on Sarah's
I'm going back
channel.
to sleep.
Yes, mealtime, sleep, exercise, whatever you need to take care of yourself. And then the next actual writing live stream, sprint number 6, I think is going to be on CB Forensis channel. And I have all the details in the playlist in my description box if anyone wants to take a look at that. We have a bingo board, which I didn't even talk about. So definitely go to the description box and take a look yet if you haven't already. In the meantime, here's our third sprint. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Oh my gosh, I was completely locked in. How did we do?
Oh, my sun came out. I just looked at my picture for the first time. I'm like, oh wow, I'm really bright. I did all right. I did a little bit of writing and then kind of got distracted by some admin work stuff, but probably wrote like 100 words.
Nice. Excellent.
I have 18 pages left, but I'm
Woo.
towards there's like the last chapter is basically an amalgamation of different tips for all types of writers. It's literally called Some Writing Tips for Plotters, Fencers, and Everyone in Between. And it sort of feels a little bit like a mishmash of different things left and right. So I'm sort of in that chapter now, and I'm deciding what is worth taking notes off and what isn't.
Excellent.
I am piecing together this outline with like scotch tape and whatever little ideas.
MacGyver it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fine. Oh god, it's like so hard to like remember everything that's supposed to happen. And I'm trying to give myself a lot of grace because I'm like, you'll remember it when you're in it. And like, it just feels like when I'm outlining, I have to put every detail in here. And I'm like, I can't remember it all.
Yeah. It's a lot to fit in our heads, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did well. I just kept writing and I've got over 1,100 words for the day. So I'm very happy with that.
Nice.
I may write later today if I do enough refilling the well.
Are you going to break the rules and write during the break stream?
No, I am going to go have breakfast. I am starving. Let's see how everybody else did. Welcome RK and Cool Gamer. Marta said, I think I'm done with all the character stuff I wanted to do today. Gonna take a bit of a break and then do last bits of world building. Nice job, Marta. Miley drove to work and made breakfast for baby and myself. Nice job. Essie finished editing chapter 3. Got through about half of this baptism scene. My goal for the day is to finish this up and the church service scene that follows. Wow. Planning and outlining for Ren, and Wendy fell asleep, which I do not blame.
It happens.
Crystal started working on the chapter, then my cat decided to help by adding zeros all over the place by stepping on my keyboard. She wants to add her own flavor. And hi, Margot. And Shannon is still working graphics. Wonderful. Randy just did 322 words because I don't know how to write men subtly and aggressively flirting. So true. You have to walk the line between subtle and forward, right? But
and also, what you think in your head might be subtle, maybe someone else is going to read as super like forward. So it's really hard.
Yes.
Because everyone's attracted to something different, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think we will wrap it up here. We did our 3 30-minute sprints. We crushed it. Everyone did really, really wonderful. I'm so proud of everybody for making the most out of it. And I just want to thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Malin. And thank you, Becca.
Thank
you guys
for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Do you want to do some outros and plug anything you have fun going on that we should keep an eye out for?
Sure. I am here on YouTube and I make videos about anything and everything that I feel like making. I'm currently on a little hiatus. Life takes priority over videos, but things coming up, I am having my dog control my writing routine for a day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm very excited. So if that's something you'd like to see,
make it as a tag video so that I can then do the same.
Don't you worry. I will be doing that. I'm very excited about it. But that's what I got going on.
Yay.
Fun. I am Ellen. I am still trying, and I am currently posting a bit more regularly videos on my channel, so feel free to go check that out. And on Tuesday, I will be talking with Stieg on his channel about this craft book we've been reading, Write Your Novel from the Middle. That's pretty much everything I've got to plug, really. So yeah.
Awesome.
You guys can find me, Becca Tobar. I also make videos. I actually have one going live in like 30 minutes. And you find out why I'm deciding to redo my outline because I needed it. And then is there anything else I want to plug? No, I post pretty regularly, so you can always pretty much expect a Saturday video from me, unless I seriously need a break. But we have fun over on my channel, I feel. So
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you don't know me, my name is Anna Robbins. I'm a fantasy writer who sometimes makes videos and hoping I can still squeeze one out by the end of February. I'm filming this weekend and a couple days from last week to do just a couple days of a writing vlog. So if I can piece that together and if I stay on track and keep writing for this weekend, then there will be a video. And if not, then I got distracted.
it happens.
Which is fair.
Yeah,
And
we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, thank y'all so much. Hope to see you in the chats on the next sprints and hope you enjoy the rest of the relay. It has only just begun, so there are a lot of sprints still to come. So thank y'all so much. I'm going to roll the outro. Bye.
Bye.